Okay, hi everybody, it's me, Bonkai922. Yes, I got a haircut. Standing a new shirt, by the way, from I forgot the website. It's Ice Tea Aesthetics. If I ever find if I have a chance, I'll in the description I'll put in the. I'll try to do it this video. Put in the description the website of this website. It's pretty interesting. They have this is Momo. She's like a goth Momo. And they have one of goth, her grandma, a little interesting kind of shirts that they make. But anyway, moving on. Dandadan, season 2, episode 10. Man, Kinta. Oh, we gotta talk about this. Okay, so there's a few characters that are gonna get introduced these last 3 episodes. Now, unfortunately, that's the bummer. We got 12, unfortunately. That's my only problem. My only problem with these seasons with Dandadan is that, yeah, this is the way it is. This is how Sansara was going to do it. First core, second core, the gist. So we're not going to get the next arc. This is like a mini arc. This is the best way to describe it. This is the arc that happens between Evil Eye and the next one that comes up. The next one that comes up, I will let everyone know right now. It is dead serious. It is like all the joking, all the slapstick, all the comedy is. There's not a lot in the next arc. It's really, I mean this with 100% sincerity. It's going to be very serious. A lot of shit's going to go down. It is crazy. Now, but let's focus on this. So, we're going to introduce Kenta. He's walking over. He's showing getting ready and shit and all that stuff. And I could be wrong. Even though I read the manga and everything. I could be wrong here. But he has a backpack. I am not joking. His backpack essentially is the back of the RX R78 from Gundam. He even has sneakers that are like the same color as the freaking. And he's like walking around. He's singing this anime. I think it's Gundam. I'm not sure. But anyway, he's walking around. And his introduction is basically a scene in the classroom with because there's this like weird gag that happens in the episode where they're like all walking around, Kenta's walking around, and Momo's trying to find Okaroon, and he's trying to find her, and it's back and forth, and they can't find each other. Then they're sitting opposite sides on 2 benches. They collide and they like kiss. I think they did this once. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I believe it happened one other time in season 1 of this season. And then Kenta just looks at them. Then after that, we have a scene where, and we have all these scenes with Kenta trying to make himself known to Okaroon to establish his existence to him. And I legit don't even know how long this took, but he went to the locker, he opens it, and I'm pretty sure that's what this was. He took out a Gundam model kit, and he built it. He built it on the freaking fly. And he's like going around like with the. It was crazy, that whole scene. And then when, Momo eventually comes into the classroom and she's trying to talk to Okaroon, and Kenta's there and they're talking, and there's this nerdy class representative girl who's telling, oh, can you take it outside? People are trying to study, all that stuff. But it seems like she's being very protective over, like, she's got the thing for Okaroon. And then the whole time, Kenta's like, how are you so popular? Eventually, what happens is he says 10. I think it's 10 million pound wiener. He just breaks that out. I was like, yo, this guy's goat. He's, oh man. So that happens, and then they leave. And then she's like, perv. Calls him a perv. And then we go from another scene. Basically, they go from there and they go to this apartment complex. Because the whole point was that Moan was trying to say one of her friends, Mino, took a picture of the golden ball. Now, this scene, when they encounter his other balls, it's invisible. Well, I should say the thing that's there is invisible. So the whole episode after that point is them chasing the golden ball. Even like during these scenes in Dandadan where everything turns black, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. So it's almost as if we're now encountering another alien or yokai. So everything doesn't turn black, it turns green. It turns like a greenish, blackish color, dark color. And they encounter the ball and then going around back and forth, trying to fight it. It's kind of pushing them back and hitting them here and hitting them there. And then only eventually Kenta gets involved and tells them what's really going on and are able to take it out and it comes to focus. I know this from the manga, so I know what this is. It looks like a kaiju. It's legitimately a kaiju. It looks like it doesn't look like Godzilla, but it's a kaiju. It's big. Well, not that big, but it's got claws. It's got feet for claws. It looks like a dinosaur. It's got horns. You know, the whole gamut. And they think they defeated it. They didn't. It started to grow in size, and it was just freaking massive. Now, for me, being a fan of the manga and reading everything at this point, I can assure you, if that scene looks like that, I'm really looking forward to what they're doing, Science Saru, down the road. Because let me just be very, very blunt about this. This isn't the only time we're going to see this. I know that's kind of spoiler territory, but it needs to be said. It's a big deal here. So the scene ends, the episode ends with that just scene. So, context about this is that this is not an actual kaiju. And it is a kaiju, but there's more to be explained here. Which they're going to explain, hopefully, in the next two episodes. They will in the next two episodes. Because I saw the preview. Gigi and Arya show up, and they're like, ah! They have surprise faces, like, what the frick is this? So they're going to end up fighting this kaiju, and then you're going to find the truth about what it is. Now, like I said, this is the unfortunate thing, because this is not going to continue. The only thing we're going to get here is this thing, and the season's going to be over, which is, it's a bum. I'm going to be very blunt. I'm kind of bummed out. Listen, I'm not trying to say Science Saru, what have you. I understand you did one core, and this is the second core, and all that jazz. But my beef is this, and I know I'm trying to pick straws here and cherry pick here, but Gachi Okuda, they're having over 20 episodes. And Dandadan can't. And I'm like, you sure you can? Sure you can? But I understand. I'm not upset by it. I'm not upset by it, but They could have, if they wanted to, just push it a bit. But I understand. Overall, rating wise, I found it that this episode was very funny. Um, the whole interaction between Kenta and Okaru, it was hilarious. Gonna give this a 9 out of 10, only because of how the animation was, the comedy was really good, and things were going in a good direction. Now, these last two episodes, we're gonna get the reveal of what this is, but that's it. That's my gimmick. That's what I think is going to really happen. I think now, but for next season, like I said, buckle yourselves up, people. Next season is not going to be. It's going to be insane, crazy. The tone shifts so dramatically after this is set. This thing gets settled, because then we're introduced to other threats, and it's mind blowing, completely mind blowing. So, buckle yourselves in, you people who like Dandadan, who watch the anime, because it's gonna get really crazy, really fast. But that's all I got for you guys. Bankai 922 here. Saturday I'll do Kaiju, and Sunday I'll do Kachukuda. Oh, by the way, my birthday was this past day. Yay! Okay. Anyway, moving on. But that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.